Crazy.
What's
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
question?
saying. Like, she can finish. She can finish.
What's your question?
I'll wait till she's done. I don't want to cut her off anymore. She has something important to say.
You
Well,
could
yeah,
never.
and the point of this live in the background, it's supposed to be what is a woman. I know we're a tiny bit off topic, but not really, so I let it slide. But that the point of this live is I wanted to hear different perspectives on what people define a woman to be.
Okay.
So
Go ahead,
there.
Jada. What's your question?
So there's. Are you asking me the question now? What is a woman? Is that your current
I mean,
question?
we can go two ways. We can continue down this path, or we can go on
Well,
to
what?
the topic. It's up
Well,
to you guys. I don't care.
you let me know what the topic is, because every time I make one point, you guys hop to another one. So once you let me know what the topic is, I'm gonna talk
So,
about that one.
Okay,
so
sure.
Bob,
We
could I
can
just
ask. We just to say what on the topic of the live was supposed to be. You can answer what a woman is.
Okay. So to answer that question, there are. Never, I don't. First of all, I don't make up my own definitions to what a woman is. I'm just basing off of definitions that already exist, right? And there are multiple definitions of the word woman, all in the same dictionary, which is actually what I find really remarkable. They're all in the same dictionary, and one definition doesn't negate another. Words can have multiple definitions and they can all be correct. So a woman is indeed an adult female human being, but also at the same time, according to the exact same dictionary, Oxford Languages, a woman is a person with qualities traditionally associated with females. So both those definitions are both true. One definition doesn't negate another.
Yeah, so
when they say quality,
the problem with this definition is if you say a woman is an adult human female and a woman can also be the person who associates the cultural expectations with females, blah, 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 is that there are women who are females that do not adhere to these cultural expectations. So
But you
what
see,
is there,
but there's also the definition as an adult female human being, so they still get to be women because of that definition. One
okay,
doesn't negate the other one.
but then that means that trans women aren't women because then they're male human
I'm going to
beings.
reiterate. One definition doesn't negate the other one. So, for example, when you
No,
take
it
something like
leads
the
to a
word,
contradiction actually.
no, no, no. So when you take
Because
something like the word,
Dad, let her finish real quick.
when you take something like, say, for example, the word bear, right? When you take the definition of the word bear, one definition of bear does not mean that the other one is no longer right. They're both correct. So based off multiple definitions, multiple people get to be women. And by
wait,
the way,
but
I'm
the
not making up.
definition you just
By the
gave,
way, I'm not making up my own definitions.
those are
So,
mutually exclusive things. So for example, if somebody is an adult human female, but they don't meet the second criteria and vice versa, how do we determine their gender?
So let's talk about
so
the
can I,
word. So let's make it a definition like this, right? Let's say the word bear. I'm looking at the first two definitions of the word bear, BARE. One says not clothed or covered. That's what one definition is, right? And the other one says the very next definition is without addition, basic and simple. So one definition does not negate the other. They both mean BARE, bear. Okay, so when one definition of woman, it doesn't say exclusively this, only this. It just says this is a woman, and there's another definition. By the way, I want to point out the differences. I'm not making up my own definitions.
so
I
can
I'm
know,
I,
just
I'm not
reading
hold
saying
on,
you.
definitions.
I'm
hold
not
on.
saying
Sandy,
you
can I
are. I
interject for a
recognize that
second?
there have been dictionaries that have adopted this, such as Oxford. What I'm saying is, say we have an adult human male. Let's call him Bob. I don't even know if you're a male. I'm just going to use your name because you have a simple
I'm a
name,
male.
right?
I'm not a man, but I am a male. But that might confuse some people here. But go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay,
It
yeah.
confuses
So
my
let's
brother.
say we have an adult human male named Bob. So now he fits one of the definitions for man. But also, say Bob fits the cultural idea of what we typically associate with females. So now Bob has their foot in this other camp. So they have their foot in the man camp and the woman camp. And it's 1-to-1. So how are we determining their gender?
Well, it's like this. Do you know people can be multiple things at once? For example, I could fit the definition of male. I could also fit the definition of, someone can be, for example, the definition of Canadian, and they can also be the definition of American.
Yeah, if they
You
have
can be
dual
more than
nationality. Yeah,
you can be more than one
can
thing.
somebody be a man and a woman at the same time?
Yeah, according to definitions, yes, according to definitions.
So you
Okay,
believe
so
some
can
wait, hold on. You
Again,
believe
none of us are
people
making
can
up our own
be you
definitions.
believe people can be a man and a woman at the exact same time,
Based on
simultaneously.
based on definitions, they're just I'm not making up my own definitions, y'all. I'm just reading definitions that exist.
Yes or
I'm
no?
not making Yes, according to definitions, yes. I'm basing
What
off of words
definition?
in the dictionary. All right, complete.
I saw
You
it.
want-
Because
I'll
like,
read
you're
it.
saying like that which is like typically like associated
I'll
with
read it to you
femininity,
again.
like society,
One
right?
definition is an adult female human being. That is a woman. Another definition is a person with the qualities traditionally associated with females. Those are both definitions of women.
So
Okay,
so
do you
just to
believe